everyone, it's Doll here, and today we have another back in time video. So today we're going to look at Bratz sweetheart Yasmin, and she is from 2007. Now the sweetheart line that Bratz came out with actually had a few different editions. So the first edition came out in 2003, and the doll in this line was Megan. The second edition came out in 2004, and the doll featured in this line was Dana. The third edition was 2006, and this doll that was featured was Lily, or Lily. I'm not 100% sure how to say her name, but I'll put it up on screen here how it's spelled. The fourth edition was 2007, and there was actually 4 dolls in this line. So Sasha, Yasmin, Phoebe, and Lily, or however you say her name. In the fifth edition, this was released in 2008, and we had Chloe, Sasha, and Yasmin. Now, there was also a re-release in 2022, and this was of the first edition. So if you remember me saying the first edition in 2003 was Megan. So this was a re-release of Megan, and it was pretty different from the initial release. She had articulated arms, and she just looked different. So it wasn't like an exact replica. You would get a different version, so even collectors that had that original edition, you know, could get kind of something different with this time around. And she was very pretty too. Her screening was nice, and I didn't end up getting her, but I was really debating it. She was quite expensive, and she was kind of hard to find in Canada. I think Chapters Indigo had them online, but I have never seen her in person. So now my Yasmin here. So like I said before, she is the 2007 version, so she would be the 4th edition, where there was 3 others in her line. And I really like the outfits in this one. I think the skirt is so cute. And if you couldn't tell, this is like a Valentine's theme. Like a love theme, you know, sweetheart. It's very cute. She's got a pink eyeshadow and this kind of reddish pink lipstick. And you got some blush here. This really cute baby girl's shirt. In this line, they all had the same outfit. They just had different colors. The 4 dolls in that line. She also had a necklace, and I want to say something else. I can't remember. Maybe it was a bracelet. Now, she does have her original shoes and her outfit, but I do not have any of the accessories. They also came with a little lip gloss in the shape of like lips, you know, like the signature Bratz lips. So that was really cool. Her hair is so soft. I don't know about the other dolls in that line. This is Saran, which I believe was typically used by Bratz. Not all of them had Saran, but a lot of them, I believe. I'm not super familiar with hair types, but I do know that a lot of them used Saran back in that time. And it's so soft. It's nice and straight. Like, she's pretty old, and you know, her hair is still in great condition. Look how shiny it is. It's just so beautiful. I'm not sure if all the dolls had hair as nice as Yasmin's did, but yeah, hers is so nice. Yasmin is my favorite character in Bratz. If you didn't know, I'd say second would be Jade, then Sasha, then Chloe, though I like all the Bratz girls, really. And like the sub characters, the more minor characters too, they're also really cool. But Yasmin was always my favorite. I always had a lot of Yasmin dolls from Bratz. I just wanted to share her with you and do a little blast from the past and some little facts. There weren't as many facts as some other Bratz videos I will do because they had some big releases. This obviously wasn't really a big release. They had multiple editions, but it wasn't really a big release. I recently did one, Tokyo Go-Go. That was a big release. They had multiple play sets and merch and all kinds of stuff to go with that line. Rock Angels was a huge release. They had a lot of big releases, and with those videos I go in much more depth. I don't know whether or not I want to do a Pretty and Punk video and show. See, I have the reproduction dolls, and show those 3 or 4. Let me know if you want that, because it would be the re-released versions. I don't have the original versions, and they are pretty different, but I would be giving facts of the initial release. So let me know if you want that. You know, I've already showed those dolls on my channel, so I don't know if people really want that, but maybe it'd be fun to hear some facts. Yeah, it's always fun to do some Bratz research. I really have been enjoying it, and I think I will continue to do it with the dolls that I have, though, you know, I'm eventually going to run out of Bratz, because I don't have that many compared to some collectors. I have a decent amount, but, you know, I've also sold a few of them, and given a few of them to my friends, so I don't have as many as I originally did. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider leaving a like, a comment, and subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye!